Welcome back to Center Stage. That's John Cena, and we're talking everything with you. And now we're going to ask you a couple of tough ones. It's, did you ever?
Okay.
Did you ever steal anything?
Yes.
What?
Stole candy when I was a kid. I certainly stole things from my brothers. I got whippings for that, and not from my dad. Like, my brothers can kick my ass as well. Nothing major. That's probably about where it would end.
Did you ever eat an entire pizza by yourself?
Are you kidding me? Absolutely. I'm Zeppi's pizza eating champion. There was a place that closed down on Hermosa Beach, and I was broke and didn't have any food, and they had a promotion. They had really thick dish pizza. If you eat a whole pizza, you get the pizza free. So I went in there on a lunch break and crushed a pizza in about 20 minutes, and the guy's face dropped. He's like, what? And he didn't realize that I was broke and hungry, so I went back the next day and did the same thing. Finally, he pulled me over and was like, man, I kind of know what you're doing. Just stop by for a free slice anytime you want. So he saved me from eating pizza.
Did you ever ride the New York City subway system?
Never ridden the subway system.
Really? You gotta do that.
Guys, I'm not from New York.
You gotta do it.
I live in Land O'Lakes. But I will.
Did you ever see another athlete use your signature gesture?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. It's great, like to be able to transcend, and it's an easy way to talk trash. Like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. So it's cool to see.
Did you ever want to be a rock star?
Everybody wants to be a rock star.
Did you ever walk past a mirror and wink and go, yeah, I'm John Cena?
No, I always pass mirrors and go, I can't see me.
Did you ever get presented a WWE storyline and you did not like it, and did you not want to go along with it?
No, I always do, and I think that's what separates me from many of the superstars.
Did you ever make a championship wrestling belt as a kid?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Not only one, multiple. And each of my brothers had them, and some were US champ and world champ. I had champion of the universe, because no one could ever beat the champion of the universe.
Now, didn't your dad present you those later on?
He did. He actually kept a few, and it was a great moment for me to know that he kept them,
right.
To know that how much it meant, and just to see him, like, wow, this is something that I really was doing as like an 8-year-old, and I'm still doing today.
Did you ever try to make home movies with your brothers?
Absolutely, and they were weird. And I mean, like, I remember for a 7th grade project, we made a music video where my brothers were in it, but like we chased each other around with chainsaws. Now, let me preface this by saying I was a bad kid.
These were live chainsaws, right?
These were, yes, and I failed the project. I thought it was a well put together video at the time for the technology we had. But yes, we made crazy movies. We were always a creative bunch.
While in college, did you ever tell an opposing player what a play was going to be in advance?
Yes, absolutely. You kind of know what's in front of you the first snap of the game. I would get down in my stance and I would look at my brethren to the left and my brethren to the right, and they'd kind of give me the nod. And if somebody like 72 was in front of me, I'd say, hey, 72, we're passing, let's see what you got. And I would let him know the play, and it only backfired on me once.
How?
He had more than I did on that certain
play.
Yeah.
You did very well on Did You Ever? Now, you also did well in your first film, The Marine. Did you always think you wanted to do movies, and how'd you get into this?
To be honest, I was reluctant to do it, but my boss said, hey, you're gonna go do this.
This is a WWE film.
This is a WWE film, and I kind of always welcome a challenge and wanted to make him proud at the same time, so I packed up and lived in Australia for a couple months and commuted back and forth every week to do SmackDown at the same time.
Did you like it?
I did. It was all new, but I didn't like the hurry up and wait. It was very stunt-based, and I thought the explosions and stunts were spectacular, but there's a lot of safety involved with it. There's a lot of preparation involved with it, so it took a long time, and I'm very short attention span. I like to go out in front of an audience and just do what we're doing now, like just get it out and worry about it later. And I think that's why I took to comedies more. There's not a lot, like you just set up a camera, shoot it, and it's good.
Right. The signature hand gesture, you can't see me. What exactly does that mean, and how did the whole thing come about?
The whole thing came about as a dare and a joke. We were playing tracks that were supposed to be on the rap album that I cut a while back, and I would always use my younger brother as like the litmus test, and I would play a track for him, and if he kind of grooved to it, like, okay, we got something here. And there was a dance with the video in the club. If you look at the end, that's 50 Cent and the G-Unit crew. And Tony Yayo, one of 50's guys, is doing this. And that was his dance. And like, we played something that my brother really liked, and he was doing this. And I'm like, man, that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I'm gonna do that on TV. And he said, no, you won't. And I said, okay, watch this. And back then, nobody was watching me or cared about me. I kind of had liberty to do what I want. So I did it, but I wanted to do it different. And when I got my opponent down, I could do this, like you can't see me. And I'm like, wow, that's such an easy way to be like, I'm over here and you're not even close. So there we go.
There you go. Another trademark is kissing the dog tags.
Yes.
Now, what's on the dog tags?
The names of all my brothers, the names of my father, my mother, and Nicole's first name as well. And it's just a reminder to them that like, hey, you guys are always with me through this whole crazy ride.
All right, WrestleMania 21, John, you get another shot at the WWE World Heavyweight title.
Yeah.
It's against John Bradshaw Layfield.
Yep.
What was the outcome of that match?
I did okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, I won. It was awesome. Uh-huh. As I recall, it was the greatest match in the history of anything.
Wow. Now, JBL would then lose a rematch to you a short time later in Judgment Day.
Yeah.
And that was in an I Quit match.
Yes,
now, they don't do I Quit matches. It gets kind of bloody.
They do I Quit matches. It probably
Not that much.
Yeah, this was a particularly tough one. Yeah. Very gruesome.
He's like 6'6", right? 280?
Yep, and throws a right hand like he means it.
All right, now the rap record, You Can't See Me, you're a rapping wrestler.
Yeah.
What was the genesis of this?
You know, they gave me the idea to try to do this hip-hop gimmick, and that was because they overheard me rapping on the back of a bus, and I say they about like the people who give you creative ideas. And
you always liked rapping.
Yeah, I really gravitated toward hip-hop music, and I wanted to show them that like I'm invested in this character. I was much more in tune to hip-hop style than I am now, so I would just wear all the latest fashions. And then I was like, man, you know, the music they have for me is just so rotten. I could create my own and it would be this bad. So I was like, all right, book some studio time. And then I presented my boss with an album. I said, is there anything you can do with this? He said, yeah, we'll just put it out.
And it debuted at number 15 on the Billboard charts.
Yikes, got one on you guys.
So you said you're invested in the character. I'm just wondering, John, how different is John Cena the character and John Cena the man?
Now, not very. But you got to understand, our industry is extremely tough. And I've seen so many people, I go back to that reference of an athlete walking on the top rope, something I could never do no matter how much I practice. I'm just not built that way. That doesn't define success or failure in what we do. It is identity. It's your ability to know that I say never give up. And I mean it, like I never give up. And you know that. How old are you?
I'm 12.
You're 12. He can understand it at 12, which means that anybody can understand it, which means that it is who I am. And it was really tough for me when I debuted, when they just gave me a haircut and threw me out there, for me to connect with you. And then when I got to be the rap guy, as soon as I come through the curtain in a fuzzy Kango hat and a huge steel chain and an oversized jersey and brass knuckles that say my name or my catchphrase, it's so easily definable. Like, that's the rap guy. Okay, great. And I knew that if I continued to be the rap guy, that's all I would ever be.
Right.
But I started seeing these kids who believed in me and these families who believed in me. And just for the same reasons that I wanted to join the military, I love like honor code country. I love their discipline. I just believe in the way they operate. So I slowly started to like turn my hat around, wear a little bit of a smaller shirt, downsize the steel chain to dog tags. And now what you see is me. Like people often say like, oh, what you see is me turned up to 10. No, what you see is me.
15 years of wrestling, it's a very, very physical thing that you do.
Yes.
There's injuries, there's concussions. Does it wear you down? Does it scare you?
No, not at all, because I'm a sports entertainer. I entertain through sport, which means it is a physical activity, and you should know what you sign up for. We have the luxury of being sport entertainment. So literally, you can prepare yourself for what's about to happen. And it just all comes down to risk and reward, the risk you're willing to take for the reward you think is at stake. I tell everybody the same thing my boss tells me. I haven't worked a day in my life. Every day I can work for the WWE and go down that ramp and just harness energy and be who I am. Like, it is not work at all. I have bad days, just like everybody else, but I don't work for a living, man. It's truly is, it's a dream come true.
More with John Cena when we return on SummerSlam.